I want to take you back in time, sort of rewind the clocks. This is Vishy Anand. The date is 23rd of June 2005. Okay, so nearly 20 years ago. He came to Ghatkopar here where I live, and I was just 15 years old back then. And there was a tournament that was held by NIIT, and the winners of that tournament were supposed to play Vishy Anand in a simultaneous exhibition. This was the setup there. If you see Vishy is moving around, 20 kids are playing. And in the background, by the way, there is Aruna sitting in red sari. So, this just brings me some insane memories. And this is me getting the prize from Vishy after the simul. In this video, I want to show you the simul game that happened with Vishy because it was so interesting. So let's have a look at this game. I want to tell you the backdrop of it. So there was this tournament inter-school, and the first 10 players would get to play in a simul with Vishy. So I finished joint first. Now, when I sat down to play, they gave like there was a chessboard in front of me. They said whichever color you want, you can take. So I started thinking whether I should take white or black because I loved the dragon opening. Okay, so if Vishy played e4, I would go c5, and then I was like full. I had prepared. My rating was 2037 back then. So I was like, okay. Then I thought to myself, hey, what if Vishy plays d4? What will I do? So I said, okay, let's take white pieces. Okay, so I took white, and then Vishy came, and I remember he was so serious, in this simul. There were no real chats or anything. He was focused because here you are playing 20 hungry little kids who want to beat you. And Vishy, of course, was at the height of his power back then. 2005 means he was playing these world championships. He won the world championship in 2007, but in 2000 he had already won the knockout event. So he was a world champion, and so he was really in this. And now when I think of it, at that point Vishy would be 35 years old, and I'm 34 right now. So actually, this photo where Vishy is the same age as what I was back then, like so young. So d4 is what Vishy is what I played. Vishy came and pushed d5, c4, c6, and Slav is one of Vishy's main repertoire. Like he just plays he's one of the best Slav players in the world. I played knight to c3, knight f6, and I put my knight out on f3. And then Vishy came and chopped the pawn. So what happens is he moves around, he makes a move, and then he goes. And then when he comes back again, you have to make your move. So I played a4. I knew some theory. This is the best move. Bishop f5. The knight jumped into e5, attacking the pawn on c4. Knight d7. By the way, the other main line here is to play e3. And this would have been a much safer choice. But I said, okay, let's go knight e5, knight d7. I took the pawn. This is all still mainline theory, queen c7. And here I already started to get a bit uncomfortable because the main line, and by the way, at that point, I'm not sure if I knew, is g3, e5, you take, knight takes, and bishop f4. So this is how the main line goes. Okay, so I said, let me go f3. I have a smile on my face while showing this game because it's like nostalgia coming in. He after f3 he pushed his pawn to e5, which is the best move here, because after e5 he is attacking the center, and if I take, knight takes, I feel like I'm lagging behind in development here. So what I did was I pushed the pawn to e4. And here Vishy was very quick. He came, and this, by the way, some of the decisions he now takes shows what a player he was, and in this simul shows his strength. He took here. And now what I should have done is I should have taken this with the queen, and he would have put his bishop back. Next move, his bishop would come here. Black is doing fantastically well in this position, but okay, white is in with some chances. Nothing terrible has happened. I tried to be smart. I played knight e2. And I was like, oh, if Vishy goes back here to e6, which I think he will, I will take on d4. This will be a good move, good position. I will be attacking his bishop. So this was my plan. So I played knight e2. And Vishy came to the board and instantly pushed the pawn. And already for me, this was like, what is happening? Yeah, here. Like d3. But I think what Vishy's point was that after queen takes d3, bishop e6, he would be able to get this one tempo to hit the queen. Also, he's kind of interfering with this bishop defending on c4. So again, I tried to be smart and I played my knight to f4. And my point was that if you go back here, I will take it, and then take this, and I have a nice position here with white. So here Anand came to the board and played a very nice move. He gave a check. And the thing is, when he comes to your board, you have to make the move. I think at that point they had this 3-pass system that if you make 3 passes, you lose. So maybe at this moment I must have passed thinking, by God, what to do now? Because first things first, if you put your bishop here, it does not work. And I think I was trying to make this work. Queen takes f4, bishop takes b4, and here comes the very strong move. And actually this is amazing position because I have a check coming in and all of that. He doesn't have a check here because my knight is defending, but he just takes this pawn and he defends d6. He also this just loses now for me because after this I check and then he takes my knight. So I was trying to make this work, didn't work. So then I thought, okay, it's time to move the king. So I moved the king. And again, I was hoping that, he will move away his bishop. Now I will take the pawn, bring my rook out, maybe castle in somehow. Boom. Bishop e4. He sacked another piece. And I think this one really showed Vishy's class, because this is intuitive. You can't really make a decision like this by calculating everything in like 2 or 3 seconds. Or maybe he must have stood there for 15 seconds. Because after takes, knight takes, there's a check. And okay, you can calculate this part that after king g1, there is bishop c5 check, bishop e3, you have queen f4 check. Sorry, not check, queen f4, and black is winning. But what about the move king f3? What do you do here? Maybe check, takes, long castle, f5, d2. What is the move here? In fact, here I think d2 might have been a better choice. d2, knight takes, check, king takes, long castle. And I believe Vishy just felt it that this is winning. Didn't even calculate it. And of course, I was so scared. I quickly took the pawn. I was like, okay, Vishy, please don't mate me. He took here. Bishop takes, long castle. And now if you see the position, my king is a little bit exposed. But mainly I'm a pawn down. Check. And I try to actually steady the ship now. Because now I have the rook coming in here in the center. I'm just a pawn down. But look at his technique. Yeah, beautiful, by the way. Queen f4. Fantastic move. Threatening this check. Nice move here. g3. Check. King g2. And now I think you want to just think what should black do here. I was expecting him to go check. Takes. Queen takes. And by the way, this position is fighting. Like I have a decent bishop here. I'm attacking here. Hopefully I can try something. But of course, Vishy was super sharp. He took the knight. Queen takes check. King h3 take. Bishop takes c4. And now knight e5. Attacking the bishop and the pawn. b3. And if he took here, I think it was also very strong. But now Vishy started getting very pragmatic. He was like, okay, I'm winning. I don't want to calculate. There are other boards which I have to take care of. So he took here, played rook e3, played rook e4. And I really loved this decision that he took. Rook d4, I played rook e1. Now, what I'm trying to do is if Vishy takes this pawn, I want to come in. And while this would be completely fine for him, yeah, this position, it's nothing like he would be losing here. I loved his decision here, which was king c7. Maybe the engines don't like it so much. And I did play a5 here, which is a good move. I think the best move. He went back. And his point was very simple. He wants to go b6, take, 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 king takes, create a passer and win. Of course, I should have stopped him from doing this. But then maybe he would have come rook d5. Maybe I could have gone back. It would have been interesting. I think I could have made him get a bit sharp here, the position to get a bit sharp. And but I played king g4, which was, I think, a bad move. And then this did happen. And Vishy was then cruising. So these are the final moves that I have with me. Nicely just bringing his king here and check. At this point he played rook d3 and this is hanging. If I go with my king, his king comes out. So I played this and he took. And of course the point is that if I take here, he would come out here and check is met with rook b3 and wins. So I played 49 moves and maybe I was maybe one of the final players to stand up against him. He scored 20 out of 20. It was not an easy simul, by the way. He was in trouble in some of the games, but he managed to win all of them. And then everyone was like, oh wow, you played 49 moves against Vishy, that's amazing. Deep within I knew that I didn't play so well. He had just completely crushed me, but I got the trophy with him. This is one of my best memories of my life. And this is my score sheet that I played with him back in the day. I've written Anand sign PTO, page the turnover, and turn the page over, and there you have Anand sign. So this was a very, very fantastic memory. This is Vishy thinking here very, very deeply. I have another game with Anand later when I grew around 2280. This is when Vishy was already the world champion. So I'll cover it in another video. But one of the reasons why I wanted to also show this was because we are trying to do something similar here, because this event played such a big role in my life. I have this picture right in my living room still till date. And it inspires me whenever I see it. I see a young boy, myself in a school uniform, trying to sort of give my best. I see Vishy there, the picture of excellence, giving a prize to me. And that's why we've organized the Big Chess Inter-School Tournament, 24th, 25th, 26th May in Mumbai, Phoenix Market City. The entry fee is just 100 rupees. The time control we've kept longer so that people can think. And the categories are under 6, under 8, under 10, 12, 14, and up to 10th grade. And here are some of the regulations. I'm going to put the link of the article in the video. So if you are in and around Mumbai, or if you want to fly down, I'll tell you why you should fly down, by the way, to play this event. I'll be there on 25th and 26th of the month, and these are few of the details. Because the winners in each section, to top 2, will not only get this beautiful trophy which has been designed, fantastic design by Abhyudaya and the team, but also will get to play simul with Vidit Gujrathi. And I think this is for me. I want to thank Vidit for agreeing to do this, because just imagine those top 2 players in each category, under 6, under 8, under 10, 12, and 14, and open. They'll play with him. It will be just fantastic. We have, I think, space for around 300 players. I think we already received 200 entries. So if you in case want to play, I'll check the pinned comment and also check the description for the link and join in. But for now, I want to leave you all with this image of you know myself and Vishy and this Simul, just this thought. And I'll be meeting Vishy tomorrow in Bangalore, where there's another tandem Simul happening, another amazing event that will take place. So looking forward to it. See you guys. Bye bye.